Here we go. We are flying out of San Jose to Portland. You can actually see I've never flown to Portland, so this will be kind of interesting. Anyways, so I'm in the Zibo 737 and we have filed on Pilot Edge already. We're connected, so let's get our flows going. I would do the other one, but I'm going to skip that. Call the fire bottles good. Alright, let's start up our APU. Oh wait, did that wrong. Okay. Why did that do that? I don't know. Okay. We are... Sorry, I just gotta take a look at the altitude for Portland, which is 31 feet. Okay. Start with the right. Okay, just looking at the rest of my flow. It looks good so far. Clearance says 118.0. That's off for now. Okay.
Adjust vertical speed. Adjust. Climb. Climb now. Climb. Climb now. Climb. Crossing. Climb. Climb. Crossing. Climb.
Yeah, that was in test. Okay. So we currently filed for the Lupe. Alright. Let's get our ATIS 126.95.
Oakland Tower, Mitsubishi 49022 Zulu, clear to runway 28 right at Papa.
We're 49022 Zulu, taxi to parking via Charlie, good day.
Roger, taxi via Charlie 22 Zulu, thanks a lot.
American 250, descendant pass express and maintain file 240.
San Jose clearance, Southwest 393 is IFR to Portland.
Southwest 393, nothing on file.
I filed it like twice already. Come on, dude. Oh, it's because it's under SkyWest. Fuck. Jesus Christ, man. Alright. San Jose clearance, Southwest 393 is IFR to Portland. Hopefully it's there now.
Southwest 393, San Jose clearance is cleared to Portland Airport, loop port departure, Birmingham transition minutes filed. Climb via SID, squawk 7020.
Southwest 393 is cleared to Portland via the loop and Berm, I don't know how you say that, Berman transition. Climb via the SID, squawk 7020.
Southwest 393, redirect correct.
Alright. The hell do you call that? Alright. Alright. Go ahead and start setting this thing up now. Okay. So, alright, climb heading 306 at San Jose VOR, which is 1.8 DME. Make a right, turn right heading 123. Expect vectors to San Jose VOR DME, then via, wow. It's kind of weird. That's a very odd looking. Alright, well, NorCal departures on 121.3. Let's go ahead and write that down. Maximum top altitude's 5,000. Okay. That's set in there.
Birmingham 318, Salt Lake City Center, right?
121.7. Towers on 124.0.
Birmingham 318, radar contact 6 miles north of the Bullion VOR. Climb maintain file 230.
Tractor Herner, okay. Let's execute that. Let's look at our legs real quick. So, Herner. Alright. Dude, every time I click on something else, it's alright, let's look at this. So match code. I'm gonna go back. Alright, so
Frequency rating, contact Salt Lake City Center 128.72.
Cubics eyeball. Then Aaron. Then Moxie above flight level 240, it's in. Okay, and then we're going to Portland, which is, it says between 11,000 and a flight level 240. It's quite a bit of range.
Frequency rating,
270
Salt Lake City
knots.
Center, climb maintain
That's
salt
good.
320.
Then to Timbers above 11,000 and 270 knots. Okay, that's all set. Next page. So from Timbers, I go to Advance at 250, 15,000 feet or below. That's good. And so annoying. Okay. And then to Flower, 9,000 below. Yep. Then Winmer, 210. 210. That's set. Then Road. Okay, no restrictions there. Alright, then we're gonna get vectors. Okay, that's set. All that's good to go. And we're set up for 28 left. This departure is really odd to me, but it's just the way they gotta keep us out of Oakland's airspace, I think. Anyways. We are 127.3. Reserves for today are 2.3. Actually, it's 2.2. Cost index 5. Oh God. Wind 260.65 or 265.65. Flight level 380. Okay. Let's see, what did our calculations come out to? So, we're going to do flaps 1, derated takeoff 2 at 46. Okay. Let's just put that over here. Okay, so we're going to do 46. And we're at 16 now. Alright, so what do we do? 46. So, alright, 83. Alright. 87.3. That's right about there. Okay. That's good. Performance wise, flaps 1. And my calculations are 144, 146, and 149. So they got one. Okay, so I'm going to put 144 for V1. 146, and V2 is 149. That's good to go. Alright, we're all set then.
American 250, contact Oakland Center 132.2.
So 5,000. $149. Alright, now look at this departure
American
again.
250, Oakland Center, descend via to Resmi to arrival.
So it says fly climbing heading at 306. Alright. 306. And then once we reach 1.8 miles from San Jose, make a right turn heading 123. Expect vectors to San Jose VOR, then via the... Okay. Got it. Alright, so we're going to go 340. VOR for San Jose is 114.1. Alright, that looks good. So a 70-20. Okay, let's go to tower 12 or ground 121.7. Tower's on 124.0. Now, I think I'm gonna have to push out onto... Yeah, I think so. Let's see.
Round to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Sounds like ground southwest 393 is requesting pushback onto Zulu.
Southwest 293, San Jose ground, push on a Zulu's approved.
Roger, southwest 393. Alright, let's do... start pushback.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up. Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
American 250, contact NorCal approach 119.2. American 250, roger, thanks for Quebec, expect visual approach, runway 16 right.
Sacramento Executive, TBM 71, Delta
So
Charlie,
connected
IFR
and
Reading.
bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake. Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Alright,
Number
starting
71
engine
Delta Charlie,
two.
executive clearance on request.
Roger.
Number 71 Delta Charlie, cleared to Reading Airport. Your red vectors, Red Bluff, then direct.
Cool, starting engine number 1.
Maintain 2000, expect 12000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 127.4, squawk 5217.
Okay, clear is filed. Vectors to Red Bluff, direct. Maintain 2000, 12,010. After departure 1274, squawk 521771, Delta Charlie.
Number 71 Delta Charlie, read back card. American 250, flighting 360, vectors visual approach.
Kind of weird, okay. Cool, we're looking good.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
It's
American 250,
a
roger,
little
visual
bit of
approach,
both
runway
right now.
16 right.
Is it really bad? So I try not to use track hire too much during the streams, but Either, yeah, it's sometimes it could get bad. Especially with X-Plane. Sometimes it's when I'm getting hit on the frames a little bit. Okay. For taxi checklist, probe heats, everything's good. I'm gonna go flaps 1. Yeah, it is a little bit like that for me right now too. Like in the game itself. That's just because I'm getting bad frames right now. Right, neutral, full back. Whoa, I'm not getting any back pressure. There we go. Full back, full forward, neutral, right or right or left, neutral. System's good. Oh, this is X-Plane, so it's X camera. Oh, you're talking about for track IR. Okay, flaps good, flight control's good.
Medford ground, Cirrus 5030.
Recall checked.
Cirrus 5030 Sierra, Medford ground.
Medford ground, Cirrus 5030 Sierra is ready to copy AFR to Klamath on file. We have Oscar. And the identifier is Kilo Lima Mike Tango for 300.
Cirrus 30 Sierra, Roger. Sonic West, standby.
San Jose grounds, Southwest 393 is looking for taxi at Terminal B.
Southwest 393, San Jose ground. Runway 30 right, taxi via Zulu, Alpha 1.
30 right via Zulu Alpha 1 is Southwest 393. Okay.
Executive 71 Delta Charlie ready taxi. We're at South
That's
Hangar.
what that is. Okay. Stupid thing.
Number 71 Delta Charlie. Executive ground, runway 2, taxi via hotel.
To the hotel, and
The reason why this thing won't taxi?
71 Delta Charlie.
Oh, he's not disconnected yet. Let's see. And how long does it take him to push this thing back? That was bad. Almost ran this guy over.
5030 Sierra, cleared to the Lima Mike Tango Airport via the Jackson 1 departure.
Is he even there? What the hell's going on here?
And
Oh, he's still there. What
Rogue
is he
Valley
doing?
then is filed. Maintain 11, correction, and maintain 900,000. Departure frequency 124.3, squawk 6270.
Cirrus 5030 Sierra cleared to the Klamath Airport via the Jackson 1 departure. Rogue Valley then is filed.
Thank you. I was wondering what the hell I was doing.
Frequency 124.3, squawk
The little things.
62730 Sierra.
Cirrus 30
problem
Sierra,
is-
read back correct.
This thing is so freaking loud. I gotta turn this down.
November 6218 Bravo, Seattle Center.
There. Good grief. Let's see. There we go.
November 6218 Bravo, Seattle Center, squawk 4021.
Always something, right? It's gonna be a weird departure.
American
This is
250
just
contact
a weird
Tower,
departure.
118.7.
We'll see what happens.
So is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the left. We'll see you next time. Have a safe flight.
That's the only outside view I have right now. So it's the only one I can put up.
Reno Tower, American 250, left downwind, runway 16 right, visual.
Yeah, you know what? I was going through my flows and I was talking on the
Reno
on the
Tower,
stream
and calm runway
when he
16
said
right.
it, so that's why I forgot.
16 right, clear to land, American 250.
6218 Bravo, radar contact. 1
Alright,
mile
there we
south
go.
of Deschutes. Cleared to the Yakima Airport. Via present position, direct Deschutes. Then is filed. Maintain 10,000.
Alright, test brakes. Good enough.
Cessna 18 Bravo, read back correct. Redmond altimeter 3001.
So the Lupe 4 departure is as follows. We climb 306 on the heading to 1.8 DME.
Executive.
Turn right heading 123. Expect vectors to the San Jose VOR and then a 340 radial from the VOR to Birmingham. I don't even know how you say that. Maintain
Percent 1 Delta
5,000.
Charlie. Executive tower after departure, flighting 340. Runway 2, cleared for takeoff.
Okay, we'll fly heading 340 after departure. Clear takeoff, runway 2, 71 Delta Charlie.
Let's see what we got in here. Okay. Well, it's in there, so I mean, I could either hand fly it or do the LNAV and VNAV.
Ground Cirrus 5030 Sierra, ready to taxi Gloucester.
I'm not as confident. Oh, it did come out this morning. Yeah, no, I'm at 323, I think, still. I wonder what kind of adjustments are made to the new version.
Runway 14, taxi via Alpha.
I guess I got to keep on top of all that.
14 via Alpha, for sure.
I really like this plane, though. It's a great mod, for sure. Yeah, I'm not all that great about it either, so, I mean, I'm still, still working my way through it. I'm not that confident on following VOR navigation in this thing, for sure. That's where I'm getting, that's where I'll get nervous at, is trying to figure out where the hell the VOR, because I don't, unless I set it to here, I don't really see it. So, in actuality, I should, when I line up on that runway, I should basically be centered up there, I would think, pretty close at least. Oh, that's 340. Okay, that's why I need it. I'm not lined up here because I already set for my outbound course to be on the 340, so that's fine. Good. I'm just gonna hand fly this, see what happens. Go down in flames. That's what the simulator's for. I cleared
American 250, taxi to the ramp via Bravo, cross runway 25 and remain this frequency.
Bravo, cross 25, maintain this frequency, American 250.
Get rid of the waypoints, get rid of the stations. No, I don't want those on. Okay, cabin notification, let's just do that. Alright. My departure frequency is 121.3.
Number 71 Delta Charlie, NorCal departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 12,000.
Okay, that's set. Alright. San Jose Tower, Southwest 393 is ready to go. 30 right at Alpha 1.
Southwest 393, San Jose Tower, runway 30 right, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, 30 right, Southwest 393.
TBM 1 Delta Charlie, clear direct Red Bluff.
Oh, major stutter there. Jesus Christ. Let's get rolling here. Okay, thrust set. $80 knots, checked. Rotate.
V1.
Man, the trim is still not right. Something wrong with the trim. Okay, pause rate, gear up.
Tower Sirius 5030 Sierra. ready
See, I
to
don't
go.
see the DME at all on here. There it is, 0.4. There we go. Okay.
Sirius 5030 Sierra, Medford Tower, runway 14, clear for takeoff.
Takeoff number 1430.
Okay, still hand flying. Okay, just crossed over. Pull up just a little bit. Okay, we're at 0.9. I'll look at your text in a second. Alright, 1.7 and 1.8. Here we go. Right turn. for 123. Never did give me a departure yet.
Southwest 393, contact northbound departure.
Going to departure Southwest 393. Arcal departure Southwest 393 is 3,400, climbing 5,000.
Southwest 393, northbound departure, radar contact, climb and maintain flight level 190.
Up to flight level 190, Southwest 393. Okay, so I should be getting vectors now.
30 Sierra, contact Cascade departure.
No, I hit this wrong. God damn it. I hate when I do that.
For 5030 Sierra, Cascade departure, radar contact.
The wrong button going here. Now I'm all stuttered. Oh, Jesus Christ. Let's try this again. That's what happens when I hand fly. Alright. And then getting the stutters out. Alright. Coming up on the flaps. Oh, okay. Flight attendants. I gotcha. I guess he's not going to give me vectors, so it says expect vectors. Then on the 340,
turn right direct San Jose, resume loop for departure.
right direct San Jose, Southwest 393. All right, so let's do this. Man, what radial am I on? There you go. Okay, 220. Feels like I'm just doing circles here. That's funny. Okay, I'm still 4 miles away. I'm looking, hopefully I want to depart there at 340, so this is looking good so far. Cool.
Southwest 393, contact Oakland Center, 132.2.
32.2 Southwest 393. Okay, 32.2. Oakland Center, Southwest 393 is 10,000, climbing 190.
Southwest 393 Oakland Center, I maintain flight level 230, severe part traffic, 11 o'clock, 3 miles northwestbound, 10,600, should be no factor, will remain east to be.
Up to 230, Southwest 393. Okay, so now I'm going to depart. Alright, so now I can actually go direct. Okay, we're set for direct. Sorry for the flickering here. LNAV. He said no factor. Should be back there somewhere. Alright, so LNAV. I'm going to go up to flight level 230. Sorry, a lot of stuff going on here. I haven't even done my after checklist. Good, that's going to come down. We're above 10,000. Set, okay. I've been cleared up to 230. We're good there. Let's do my after takeoff checklist. Okay, flaps are up, autopilot's engaged, start switches are auto brake is off, that's set, 10,000 lights are off, fuel pumps have been set and verified, passenger signs are good. At 18,000 we'll set our transition altitude, it's already at 290, but that's fine. And then level off at 230. So we're currently on direct towards, let's just make sure. Looking good. Alright. %.
Wings 318, emergency request, just advise when you're back.
Okay, well, oh yeah, so if I set my wing lights on prior to runway hold, it triggers the flight attendants to prep for takeoff. If using the audio bird sound pack, oh, I don't know, I've never heard of that sound pack. I'll have to look into that. Alright. That was kind of an interesting departure. I mean, I flew back over top of the runway twice. Oh, okay. Yeah, it was, I don't know if it was just part of the mod, the F mod that was already part of this or not. Alright, passing 18,000, we'll set standard. I gotta fix my views in X camera. Yeah, it was. And me hand flying it probably didn't help me. It made it definitely more interesting. Thankfully, he didn't make me switch over to center before I was stable on my turn. I would have had a real tough time with that. Alright, I still gotta get my X camera figured out. Yeah, I can, let's see. Let's take a look at that departure. This is what it said. Basically. So, we had to fly 306.
Contact LA Center 132, correction, Oakland Center 132.95.
3295, Southwest 393. 3295. See where I'm at here. Oakland Center, Southwest 393, flight level 210, climbing at flight level 230.
Southwest 393, Oakland Center, climb and maintain flight level 380.
Up to 380, Southwest 393. Alright, I've been cleared for my cruise altitude. It's 380. Let's set that in. Okay, we're still on autopilot, VNav, LNav, set for N1. Anyways, let's look at that guy again. So yeah, fly runway heading basically to 1.8 miles. Then you make a right turn heading to 123. And then we're supposed to get vectors. So we're just supposed to be flying this the whole way. And then supposed to get vectors back to the San Jose VOR. So I basically flew way out here. And I was starting to question whether he was going to give me vectors at all or if he forgot about me. So I got way down here, then he made me turn right, basically direct to San Jose. He said fly direct to San Jose, so I flew direct to San Jose. And I had to keep spinning my course knob to find out where San Jose was. So anyways, and then supposed to depart San Jose at the 340. I don't know how you say that. Berman or something. Burning. Yeah, it's kind
Delta Charlie,
of crazy.
Oakland Center 132.2.
And there's a reason for that, because I think Oakland's up here, and I think, and then San Francisco's down here, and I think that's just to avoid their traffic, and not so much for San Francisco, more or less for Oakland, I would think, because it's kind of more in the flight path for Oakland. Alright, we can go ahead and change our bank now to maximum of 15 degrees. There we go.
DBM 71 Delta Charlie, Oakland Center, roger, reading altitude 3018.
Let's do a field check next.
Approach, runway 34.
Let's pull our... So it's Horner and 11.7 at Horner. We're 10. We are 11.4 now, so we're a little bit behind on the fuel. Still haven't figured out exactly the best fuel stats for on Topcat. I haven't made the adjustments.
We're 700 Sierra, San Jose clearance on request.
Our flight level 270 cleared up to flight level 380. And we'll do another field check at the top of climb. We should be top of climb 9.6. I have a feeling we'll be somewhere in between 9.6 and 11.
We're 79 Juliet Sierra, cleared to the South Lake Tahoe Airport. After departure, fly runway heading, radar vector Sunol. Minutes filed. Maintain 4,000. Expect 900,000 5 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 121.3. Squawk 4523.
I don't know how to get ATIS in a working order into X-Plane yet without it putting like false. If I put the voicing on it, then I hear like AI traffic, and I don't know how to get rid of that. So I can't normally do ATIS calls because of it. I'm not sure the best way to get around that. So I just kind of fake it. 8.35.
Or 30 Sierra, because you're not on an airway there, and you're below the minimum allowed bar altitude, able to climb to 11,000.
It's KPDX.
Just your roger, climb and maintain 11,000.
Alright. So we might have to change to runway 10. 9 miles visibility, that's good. Rain, broken at 5,500, overcast 7,500. 09er and 08 on temp and dew point. Altimeter 200 and under 7. Alright, not too bad. I was planning for the 2.8s, but looks like I might be changing that. Kind of curious what my frames are right now. Okay, I'm not doing that bad. 22. I do have the ortho scenery pack for California. I don't think it's called ortho, but I do have the
30 Sierra, contact Seattle
whole
Center
of California.
1.4.
Which right now I can't see anyways, but flight level 350, 3,000 feet to go. Oh, I got traffic
Boeing
on the nose.
Thanks. Contact Seattle
1,000
Center.
feet low. I can see him out there.
135.15.
Traffic in sight if he calls it. Oh, we're heading right to each other. Alright, he's descending.
For 5030 Sierra, Seattle Center, Roger. Plan with calls, altimeter 3021. Expect a visual approach and advise when you have the rest of the weather.
Okay, what was my top of climb? 9.6.
For 5030
Which
Sierra, Roger.
I think I've climbed. I think I'm climbing a lot faster than I should. I'm at 101, so yeah, there's something going on with the climb on that. I have to check that out. The next one, 1,000 feet to go, and that's why I'm burning more fuel to that
Cheers, 5030 Sierra,
that
Roger,
last
direct
steer
New
point.
York's cross
But
clearance.
I have more fuel
At or above
at my top of
10,300.
climb point than
ILS, runway 32
than I
approach,
planned. So I think I'm doing good. My next waypoint, Matchu, will be at 8.1 on the fuel, so we'll do that check.
20 Sierra, read back. TBM 71 Delta Charlie, descend and maintain 3000.
Yeah, I did a derated takeoff 2 with a flex temp of 46. But my climb, and I did a climb 2, but it didn't, it basically did 101 on the N1, so that's what I'm saying is I'm not sure why the climb 2 was doing it at 101. So I gotta look at that the next time. Okay, leveled off, now speeding up here. Need to look at, alright, so I'm at Chu.
We're 792 Sierra, San Jose ground runway 30. Right, taxi via Delta.
That's pretty good.
Correction, via Victor Charlie Whiskey Bravo.
Yeah, the old ass one. Yeah, this, I thought it would just came out when I got it too.
Delta Charlie negative runway 30 left. Taxi via Victor Charlie Whiskey Bravo.
Alright, we're pretty much good to go for checklist items. Yeah, our next waypoint's 100. Yeah, it's quite a whiles away, 160 miles. So, yeah. Alright, our speed's good. We're still in LNAV. Alright. Now I just gotta look at these charts and start reviewing my approach. So I was planning on landing at runways 28, but the winds might just be enough to do 10 here. So right now the winds are at 110 knots. That's definitely, and I don't know if they have a preferred runway there or not, but I think that's within, to me, if it's, I think anything over 10 knots, they should be landing on 10. Yeah, my autopilot, the auto thrust is it's
Delta
not
Charlie
able to
Airport,
handle
1 o'clock
whatever's
and
going on
16
up here.
miles, but doesn't have the site, just verify it should be direct to airport now. One Delta Charlie, Roger, clear visual approach runway 34.
Alright, we can go ahead and start setting up our predicted winds for the descent. We'll get that in now. We'll go 257. And that's going to be 259, 83 knots. Wow. Then we're going to have, let's go to 180. That'll be another good one. And that's at 244.78. And then we will use, yeah, they're both about the same. Okay, so we'll just use 11,000. And that's going to be 232.60. Wow, that's a lot of wind for 11,000 feet. 232.66 knots. What? All right. One thing I wish we'd have a prediction on the fuel. Maybe he's got that on the new edition of the predicted fuel to Portland or whatever. That way I can do my predictions for my flap setting already if I wanted to. Yeah, you can see this thing's not doing well with the auto throttle right now. So what we could do, just helps us out. You don't think it's calculated yet? Oh, okay. Yeah, I can actually, you know what? I can, with my charts, I can actually, whoops, try to do it. Let's see. All right, 2. Says I should have 5.0 man hours because I went to Seattle was my yeah, Seattle was my alternate, so I'm gonna have a ton of fuel landing. So 5,000 pounds. Okay, so what's my weight now? What's my weight now? So 5,000.
Charlie contact Reading Tower, 119.8.
Oh yeah, I can look at. Actually, I can look at what Top Cat set up for me too. Let me look at that real quick. So Top Cat set.
And a 241 clearance on request.
Flaps 30.
BM7 window Charlie Reading Tower, wind call 134, clear to wind. And a 241 clear to Las Vegas Airport, Mace 5 departure, Sissy transition, then is filed. Climb via the SID, squawk 6166.
Alright, VREF is 142.
And a 241 read back, correct?
Yeah, it's actually right there. 30, not wait, 142. That's pretty good. Awesome. And I had Top Cat actually put it at 142 as well. But the approach is 147. That's normal. Alright. Cool. I know I'm doing this kind of early, but I just want to get it in there. Alright, still got 119 miles to go to Machu. At some point, I gotta look at the chart. When do I get switched over to Seattle? Okay, so Seattle will be right when I get to Machu. Yeah, so right before I get to Machu, I'll be switched over to Seattle, and their frequency.
For 1399 cleared to Colorado Springs Airport via radar vectors left C, then as filed.
Trying to find it here.
Maintain 8,000. Expect 1000, 10 minutes after departure.
It is not
Departure
on.
frequency 126.1.
I'm
Squawk
finding it here.
1355.
Hold on, let me move this down to a different chart. H1. Nope. Try that again.
1399 read back correct. Skyline 6218 Bravo, contact Seattle Center 132.6.
Wow, I don't even see a frequency. Let me look at the low. I don't want to get low frequencies though.
Number 79 Juliet Sierra runway
frequency.
3 San Jose Tower, runway 30 left, clear for takeoff.
124.85, but I think that won't work. I need a high frequency. That's weird, they don't show it on SkyVector on the en route H3 or the H1 or the world.
4621 Bravo, Seattle Center, Roger, Yakima, altimeter 290.
Oh wait, here we go. No, that's not it. That's 279.
One
That's
Delta
that
Charlie,
uniform
safe
channel. That's not good. Okay, well, whatever.
One Delta Charlie, Roger, taxi via Delta Bravo, cross runway 30.
It's Machu. We planned for 8.1, I believe. Let me just look at the chart again. Machu 8.1 on the fuel, so we'll keep an eye on that. This thing's going crazy. Let's see here. I don't remember how we did it last time. Was able to get it to be more stable. Let's do another meter check, guitar check for Portland. Alright, still looking for runway 10. Let's check my charts, maybe there's a preferred. I don't think so, it says for both runways actually.
9 Juliet Sierra, contact Norcal departure. At 241, Phoenix ground, runway 7 left, taxi via Charlie, Tango, Echo. Number 79 Juliet Sierra, NorCal departure, radar contact. You should have been on runway heading. Last instruction was to fly runway heading and expect radar vectors to Sunol. When it's here directed already, that's okay. Just continue direct to Sunol, climb and maintain 9,000.
So I have 2997. I can get that ready at least.
Number 1399 Centennial ground, runway 17 left, taxi via Alpha.
Get a look outside for a minute. That's loud. Definitely could wake you up. Oops, that's not what I meant. Let's see. Yeah, we're getting 30 frames. That's pretty good. Alright. So we're getting close to... And what's our... Yeah, so we're still good on fuel. So 8.1 at Machu was our estimated. So I burned more fuel getting to the top of climb, but I saved more in the
61A Bravo contact. Chinook approach 123.8.
So I wonder if we're going to go to 124.85. I'm going to put it in there anyways. I don't think that's what we're going to get, but I'm going to put it in there. 4.85 just in case. Double check everything. So all the way to Timbers. So Moxie's our first
Number
restriction.
61A Bravo. Chinook approach, Roger. Yakima altimeter 29090. Advise that you have the weather.
Okay, and then Portland 270 and below flight level 240. That's good. Timbers at 11,000 or above and 270. That's good. And then
at a 241 Phoenix Tower. Call correction wind 090 at 10.
What the heck is this?
Runway 7 left, clear for takeoff.
Alright, so from Timbers to Vance. Vance is set. And then Flower. So at Flower, we need to know what runway we're going to get before Flower for sure. Otherwise, we're going to have problems.
Or 139 Centennial Tower, fly runway heading, runway 17 left, clear for takeoff. Skyline 18 Bravo, Roger. Fly present heading, vectors, visual approach, assign and maintain 6,000. For 5030 Sierra, no traffic, 015 Union 7 Falls Airport, report cancellation of IFR, missed approach on this frequency. Radar service terminated, change to advisory frequency approved. 30 Sierra, Roger, do you intend to cancel now? 30 Sierra, Roger, IFR cancellation received, squawk 1200, frequency change approved.
Seems like we haven't even burned any fuel at all. It's like crazy. Since we've been in the cruise, I don't...
Or 139
traffic here. Got traffic up here on left 11. I don't see it on the TCAS either though.
Skyline 18 Bravo, descend and maintain 4,000. For 1399er, then with departure radar contact, climb and maintain 1,000. Southwest 393, contact Seattle Center 135.15.
3515 Southwest 393.
November 79 Juliet Sierra, contact NorCal approach 120.905. At 241, sorry, contact departure.
Seattle Center, Southwest 393, good afternoon, flight level 380.
And at 241, Phoenix departure radar contact, climb and maintain pedal 210. Southwest 393, Seattle Center, right. Number 700 Juliet Sierra, NorCal approach, roger, Modesto altimeter 3019er.
Whoa. Yeah, my transitions from one to the other are bad. See? That's really weird. Gotta figure out what the hell is going on with that.
November 399er, quit direct Biloxi, resume my navigation. Skyline 6218 Bravo, airport 11 o'clock and 7 miles, advise when you have it in sight. Bravo, clear visual approach runway 27, contact Yakima Tower 133.25. Bravo, Yakima Tower, roger, runway 27, clear line.
Oh, this is a pretty long flight, actually. Can't tell which one's easier to see with the black behind it at the top or like that. Yeah, I like it better like that actually. I see traffic times 2. Left 11 o'clock, low. I don't even know. I don't think the weather radar works. There is no weather radar, I don't think. Let's see. No. Okay, so 8.1 was our expected fuel. We have 600 pounds more than was planned.
Headed 241, climb and maintain flight level 280, contact Albuquerque Center 134.32. Headed 241, Albuquerque Center, roger. Or 139, contact Springs approach 124.0.
Oh, I don't know. I don't have any traffic add-ons unless it's in
139 Springs approach, roger. Thanks for waiting.
by default in X-Plane. I don't know. I don't know how to. I don't even know how to take out other traffic. That maybe that's their drones or something like that. Yeah.
Or 1309, turn right heading 190 vectors with approach.
There's so many things I don't know about X-Plane. I mean, I literally have flown X-Plane maybe no more than 10 times at all. I mean, this is probably my 5th flight in the Zibo, if I can remember correctly. Most of my flights already been done in P3D. I kind of go back and forth between the two. There's quite a bit of good things for both of them. So, I mean, I don't have a preference either way. As of yet, at least. And every time I click on something outside the sim, it blinks out my sim for a half a second. I don't like that. Everything I got in X-Plane is default except for the scenery for California. That's it. That's it. And the Zibo mod. I don't have any other planes or anything.
We're 6218 Bravo Yakima Tower, taxi to the ramp via Alpha.
About 80 miles for the descent. Alright, man. We'll talk at you later. Thanks for watching, by the way.
Number 1399, turn right heading 220. Number 1399, descend and maintain 9,000. Wings 318, descend at pilot's discretion, maintain flight level 240.
Pilot's discretion, maintain flight level 240, Wings 318.
eyeball 7.2
Bear
for
9 Julius
fuel
here. You'll need to climb
calculation.
to
7.2. We are at
10, correction,
8.1, so we
1000
got
to 5
lots more
MPA.
fuel.
Nine Julius here. Climb maintain 111,000. I'm at 241, contact LA Center, 133.55. Number 139, yep, field side, 11 o'clock in 5 miles. 139, clear visual approach runway 17 right. Number 139, contact Springs Tower, 133.15. For 139er Springs Tower, wind 120 at 4, runway 17 right, clear line. Southwest 393, descend via the Timbers 2 arrival, runway 10 right transition.
Descend via the Timber 2 and 10 right transitions, Southwest 393. Cool. So I can actually start dropping my altitude. That stupid thing, man. God dang. I'm just gonna put it to that for now. Start getting me down. I don't have to do it just yet, but what I'm gonna do here is my arrival is gonna be the 10 right. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. So then Moxie, okay, so we're all set, I know it's doing some crazy shit right now, don't know why. Okay, it's because it wanted to, it gave me an extra steer point in there. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a slow descent now. still got our... Alright, let's go ahead and set that. So everything else should be the same there.
We're 13 on our enter. Exit right on Alpha 2, taxi the ramp via Alpha and remain this frequency. Freewings 318, contact Seattle Center 126.6.
Over to Seattle Center, 126.6.
So Flowers between 7 and 9.
3 contact Seattle Center 121.4.
21.4 Southwest 393. 21.4. Seattle Center, Southwest 393 is descending via the Timber 2.
Bearing 318 Seattle Center, Roger, good evening. Southwest 393 Seattle Center, good.
Okay, so Flowers. Alright, then let's take a look. Next page will be fulfill 7 and 9, okay. And then we have this is sail 6 to 8, good. Micro.
Fair, Niner Juliet here. Climb and maintain 13,000.
Micro's at 5,021. Okay, that's good. And then B Brew. And then Pub. And then we should be getting vectors. And then let's pull up ILS 10 right. Okay, let's keep an eye on what's going on here.
Got to maintain flight level 20 grid.
And we had to really get down. Alright, so...
Fair, Niner Juliet here. Contact Oakland Center on 132.2.
2,000, we can actually descend to 2,000. I don't know why the top of descent was calculated that so far off. Well, I guess because we don't have to necessarily be, we just have to be at Moxie at 2,400 or below. Whoa, 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 whoa. Not sure. Oh, because the VNAV came off. That's why it was going on, man. No, 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 no. I don't know what the fuck this thing's doing. This is ridiculous. It does this to me all the time. It says 24 or above. Now why are you climbing again?
Number 700 Juliet Sierra, Oakland Center, Roger.
Get down.
Niner Juliet Sierra, it's Lake Tahoe, altimeter 3038. Advise when you have the weather, and say a first request when able if you have one.
The mouse wheel on this X-Plane is bullcrap. Alright, once I pass Moxie, I'm putting it back into V now. Let's get down to 2,000. See, I need to check that more often. I was wondering why I was descending 5,000 and 6,000 feet per minute. That's ridiculous.
There, Niner Juliet Sierra, expect a visual approach to Lake Tahoe.
There's always some hiccup that I have to deal with. Alright, that should be good. It's just... I should have done this a little sooner. So now why are you climbing? Alright, let's put the ports back in. Alright. Looking good there. Okay, finally. Jesus Christ. Okay, so we're VNAV, we're good. Alright. Let's go through my checklist now. At least my descent procedures. Descent, preservation, altitude, landing altitude is 50 feet. Passenger signs, go ahead and turn those should have been turned on already. Auto brake set for 2. Landing data, let's make sure it's still in there. $30, 142, 110.50. That sounds good with 102. So 110.50. What did I say, 102? 102. Okay. Let's go 6 miles visibility. Okay, it's good. Altimeters are 2907 still. That's good. Okay.
Previous 318 is going to maintain 16,000, Seattle altimeter 2985.
Okay, my approach is going to be on 12435. I gotta look why that does that. 435. Okay, that's that. Every time I transition from that mode. Why isn't it descending? This is ridiculous. so from... I should be at 11,000. Oh wait, where am I at? Moxie to Portland. I need to be between, okay, under 24,000, alright. But from Timbers... Alright, I'm gonna do this. That's a 13-mile leg. There's no reason to be at 24,000 and have to descend. That's fine. Okay, now we're descending. Okay, good. Well, it looks like we do have a little bit of weather radar. That's cool. Okay, so
Bearing 13, contact Seattle, approach 120.4.
okay, so the 10 right, we're going to miss approach, climb to 800 feet, then climbing left turn. Let's just see if that's in here. Climbing left turn to 4,200 and to BTG.
Bearing 13, Seattle, approach, roger. Just want to maintain 11000.
Which is battleground. Battleground is 116.6. Continue to climb in the hold to 4,200. Alright, thanks. Yeah, this will be interesting. Okay. I've been cleared on the Timber 2.
Air comes 353, Seattle clearance, good evening, cleared of Boise Airport, Sumo 1 departure.
Arrival to
maintain 900,000.
10 right.
Departure frequency 120.4, squawk 3567.
I already got my VORs in. Got my courses set for both sides.
American
I don't know.
343, read back correct.
Every time I transition to this camera, it makes a weird blinking and noise on in the sim. I'm not sure what that's all about. So Flowers, we need to be at. Alright, to Flowers. Alright, we've already passed this one. Okay. Go ahead and get.
Southwest 393, contact Portland with approach 118.42.
1842, Southwest 393. See, 1842. They're never the same that are on the charts. Portland approach, Southwest 393 is descending via the Timber 2. I should have given my altitude. At Portland approach, Southwest 393 is 17,900 descending via the Timber 2.
The runways are not correct in that. Advising you've got that. The altitude leaving for mode C verification.
Southwest 393 is 17,400 descending via the Timber 2.
Southwest 393, roger, altitude checks. Again, expect the ILS runway 10 right approach, descend via Timbers 2, runway 10 right.
Cleared for the Timbers 2, 10 right, Southwest 393.
Clearing 318, no weather or landing information available for the
Look
Whiskey
for
November.
Flowers.
53 Air Park, expect a visual approach.
I forget sometimes to say my altitude when I'm descending via the SID, or I mean via the star. So Flowers between 7,000 and 9,000. Okay, we're looking good. So, oh yeah, Vance is 250.
Niner Juliet Sierra, descend to
Slowing
pilot
down.
discretion, maintain 12,100.
Get a little bit of drag. So, alright, it's between 11,000 and 15,000 at 250. Okay, we're looking good there.
There, Niner Juliet Sierra, descend to maintain 12,100, over.
And my frames have gone and took a hit. I can feel it. Alright.
Over Niner Juliet Sierra, the altitude is 12,100. Descend to maintain 12,100.
Okay, so VNav, LNav, command, we're still good there.
Over Niner Juliet Sierra, to read back correct to break freeway 318. I'll have lower for you, probably down near around 3,000 or so as we get closer to the airport. You can start a descent now, maintain 8,000. Bearing 318, roger, yeah, should be able to get you down to about 3,000 or so.
Okay, that's good, we're set.
There, Niner Juliet Sierra, advise when you have Lake Tahoe Airport in sight.
Okay, again, let's check flowers again. Okay, altitude's 14,000.
The Niner Juliet Sierra, advise when you have the Lake Tahoe Airport in sight.
Alright, tower is going to be on 12375. 2375.
Niner Juliet Sierra, negative. Your last cleared altitude is 12,100. I'm not going to be able to get you any lower than that due to terrain.
Yeah, it's I don't actually need it. It's not it'll be fine by the time I get to flower. Yeah, maybe just to clear that, but I'm good on the speed.
Range 318, just going to maintain 6,000.
Yeah, so flowers is between 7 and 9 at no speed, so it's going to be 250 on the speed.
There, Niner Juliet Sierra, roger, clear to visual approach to Lake Tahoe Airport. Report cancellation of IFR in the air or on the ground to this frequency. Change to advisory frequency approved.
Yeah, we're set here, so we're good.
There, Niner Juliet
But
Sierra,
here's the
please
problem.
confirm clear to
Okay,
visual
so
approach to Lake
we
Tahoe
do need to pull
Airport.
back some of
Report
this.
cancellation of IFR in the air
Because
or on
we're
the ground
at
to this
idle right
frequency.
now.
Change to
And we're
advisory frequency approved.
And there we go. And our speed was increasing to 25 up to above 250. So there was a drag required.
There, Niner Juliet Sierra, roger, IFR cancellation received. Squawk and maintain VFR. Frequency change approved. Safe landing today.
let's go ahead and we are 10,000 just about. Let's pull a little bit more drag for a minute. Pull our lights on. Oh, that looks cool. Not sure, but the missed approach is not right. It's I'm on. Oh wait, I'm at 10. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong. But that's not a good. That wasn't good of me. I was looking at 10 left. Good thing I looked at that. Let's go to 10 right. Alright, let me stabilize that. 10 right, 110.5 in there, 103 on the course. And I gotta get my camera set right. Alright, 103 on the course. And there we go. So missed approach here is climb to 1100, then climbing right turn to 5000 to on the BTG Vortac Radio 160 to Moles intersection. The BTD 17.7 DME and hold. Continue climb in the hold to 5,000. Okay. I'm glad I looked at that. Otherwise, that would have been confusing as hell. Let's go ahead and reset.
Clearing 13, just going to maintain 3,000.
Okay, we're looking for 8,000 or below.
Clearing 318, just going to maintain 3,000. Clearing 318, advise when you have destination airport inside.
So 160, let's do this. 116.6. Okay. And then we'll do radial 160. Alright, got it. 160, that'll be our missed approach. In case our navigation goes out somewhere between here and there. Oh, full sail? Micro brew? Oh no, I never even... It's pretty cool. Yeah, I noticed the ones in San Jose, like by where I live.
Left 1850, San Francisco, clearance evening. Cleared up Portland Airport, and just a slight amendment to the initial departure procedure will be the trucking to departure, Grateful transition.
See, they got trucking to and Grateful in San Francisco. That's Grateful Dead. But San Jose, it's got like Intel, eBay, a lot of tech places. Okay, same drag required again. Alright, let's go pull some drag out.
Three wings 318, cleared to visual first. Alaska 1850 readback is correct, and expect 1 left for departure.
Alright, we'll go flaps
3
1.
wings 318, report cancellation of IFR in the air or on the ground. This frequency change to advisory frequency approved.
Should be maintaining 210 though.
Southwest 393, descend and maintain 4,000.
Down to 4,000, Southwest 393.
3 wings 318, report cancellation of IFR in the air or on the ground. This frequency change to advisory frequency approved. Wings 318, IFR cancellation received, squawk and maintain VFR. Frequency change approved. We'll see you
Alright,
later.
let's go ahead and do this early, because otherwise I'll forget. Alright, continuous. Lights are on already.
Southwest 393, turn right heading 010.
Right, 010, Southwest 393. Taking this nice and slow. Gives me a little bit more time. I tend to come in fast a lot, and it's not let me prepare. Alright, so approach altimeters are set. Engine structure is continuous. Speed brakes armed. Landing gear and flaps will be followed. Okay, currently heading at 010, holding 4,000 feet. And he should be giving us a right turn here shortly.
393, turn right heading 070, intercept runway 10 right, localizer. Descend to maintain 3,000.
Right 070 down to 3,000, intercept 10 right, localizer, Southwest 393. Okay, let's go ahead and slow it down a little bit more. We'll go flaps 5.
Southwest 393 is 8 miles from Powell's, maintain 3,000 until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS, runway 10 right approach.
Maintain 3,000 until established, cleared for the ILS 10 right, Southwest 393. Alright, we are cleared. We're going to hit approach mode. Alright, flaps. Yeah, I'm a little early on my flaps. That's alright. So we're on approach. We're still... Okay, we're established. We can descend down to past 3,000 once we're established. So we are just about established now. Okay, we're going to descend. Alright, now we can put in our missed approach here. Oh, no, we're still not established here. So we can... Okay, doesn't look like it wants to descend for us, so go ahead and descend down. 11 miles to go.
American 343, Seattle ground, runway 16 left, taxi via Bravo.
Okay, it didn't. Let's see if it'll pick it up. Nope, it's not going to pick up the glide slope for us. I'm not sure what I did there. That's okay. I'll go up to 5,000 here now. I'm going to go flight director, sorry, autopilot off. Gear down.
Number
And
2242,
147 on
November
the
Olympia
speed.
ground, cleared to Olympia Airport, Yelm 3 departure. Vector to
flaps.
Olympia VOR direct. Climb via the SID. Departure frequency 120.4, squawk 5454.
Okay, we should be switch over to tower here shortly. Flaps. Flaps 25. And
Skag 14 November, read that correct.
full flaps. I'm a little early on everything. Just wanted to be stable. Alright. We have tower in there, 123.75. We're good there. Okay, runway's in sight. Alright.
Southwest 393, contact tower 123.77.
123.75, Southwest 393.
Southwest 393, 123.77.
Okay.
Seattle clearance, SkyWest 4730, IFR to Spokane with the weather.
Yeah, every time I look down.
SkyWest 4730, Seattle clearance on request, standby.
Portland Tower or Southwest 393 is on the ILS 10 right.
Southwest 393, Portland Tower, runway 10 right, clear to land, wind 190 at 10.
Clear to land 10 right, Southwest 393. Man, I screwed that final descent completely off. Not sure what the hell I did. Alright, we're cleared. We've did our approach checklist and we've been cleared for 10 right. Descending awfully fast. Scaring the shit out of the passengers, but that's okay.
Seattle Tower, American 343, short 16 left, ready for departure.
Okay, I have the complete controls.
500.
Oh man, we're going
American
all over the place
343,
here.
Seattle Tower, wind 180 at 12, runway 16 left, cleared for takeoff.
16 left, clear for takeoff, American 343.
It shows that we're low. It looks high to me, but I don't know.
SkyWest 4730, clearance.
300.
SkyWest 4730.
SkyWest
See, it shows
4730,
that
clear
we're
to
still
Spokane
low.
Airport, Mountain 9 departure, vectors to Zadon, that is filed. Climb via the SID, except maintain 9,000, squawk 6715, and sorry, new departure frequency as well is going to be 120.4.
SkyWest 4730 is clear to Spokane via the Mountain 9, the vector to Zidane. It's filed. Climb via the SID, except maintain 9,000, squawk 6715, frequency is 120.4.
SkyWest 4730, read back correctly.
Okay, reverse thrusters, speed brakes are out.
And arrow,
Okay, 60 knots.
2242 November, just to be clear, you're using runway 17 at Olympia.
That's a typical Southwest stop right there.
Number 2214, remember, yeah, I just updated the ATIS to show 17 in use as well. We don't have any, I have no departure instructions that I can issue off of runway 26 or 8 that would be legal for IFR flight, so we're going to have to use 17 for that departure procedure to get you out.
Oh, no problem, that's what I was expecting. I just wanted to make sure I could expect that in my flight planning. Thanks, 14 November.
14 November, yeah, rather expect that runway 17 for departure.
Approach November.
Had a pleasant experience and we look forward to welcoming you again on another
American 343, contact departure.
Looks good.
Over to
here.
departure, American 343. Good day.
Oh, I'm still on the... Wait, no? Those stupid things, okay. I'm just gonna make sure. I think I'm at Bravo 4.
American 343, Seattle departure, radar contact. Confirm altitude indicates 2,000 climbing right now, and the Seattle altimeter is 986.
And I'm actually parking right here, so let's go. Portland Tower, Southwest 393 is clear. 10 right, Bravo 4. Taxi to Terminal Charlie.
Southwest 393, taxi via Bravo 4 Tango, monitor ground point, Niner, take care.
Ground point Niner, Southwest 393. Alright. I didn't say what my taxi instructions were, but oh well. Okay, lights, gotta get these things off. This is what helps having a co-pilot. They can do half the stuff we're going to get the... Alright.
And Olympia ground, Scott 2242 November with information Alpha ready to taxi from
right,
the
cool.
FBOs.
So Bravo 4 to Tango, which is right there, and... Alright. For what my gate was.
Sorry, I had somebody else in my ear who was calling. I think someone was calling for taxi.
Scott 2242 November with information Alpha ready to taxi from the FBOs.
I just downloaded this, I think this is the Mr. X.
Sky 14 November, ground runway 17, taxi via Echo.
17 via Echo 2242 November.
No, yeah, Charlie 13. This is good right here.
14 November, correction, Echo and Bravo.
Echo and Bravo to 17 2242 November.
I wonder if better pushback will do like a bring you in or not. No, okay. Okay. Alright, I didn't even actually do my after landing checklist properly, but okay. Oh. Oops. Brake happy there. Oh, I didn't even see the guy in front of me. That's awesome. I didn't even see him there. Oops. Come on. Nice. Can't set the brakes when your feet are on the brakes. It's kind of weird. Alright, let's turn this damn thing off. Cool. Yeah, I know. Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, he does do great scenery. I mean, this is what I've seen so far. It's freaking awesome. Yeah, I had a little problem on my descent just because I was looking down when I had to change my frequency, and it kind of screwed me up. And so, anyways, but yeah, I thought it wasn't too bad. I didn't kill myself. So, anyways, hey, have a great time on your flight. All right, after landing, autopilot is off. I don't know why that was still on. Flight directors, I should have turned those off. Okay, auto throttle's off, auto brakes off, flaps are up, speed brakes is down, transponders as needed, clock set, external lights are set. We can now, well, actually we're still running. No, we turned it off, okay, so we can set that. Not sure why. That should have went on. Oops. What the heck is going on here? Oh, okay.
American 343, contact Seattle Center 125.1.
Okay. APU, did it not start correctly? Yeah, it's wrong. We're good. Oh, engine 1's still on? Oh.
American 343, Seattle Center, roger. Climb and maintain flight level 3.
Oh, I didn't pull that up. Engine 2. Wait, no. Oh, that's why I didn't push them all the way down. Thought I had them all the way down. Nice, thanks. Yeah, well, we learn something every day. Alright, we're just gonna actually shut this thing down now. Anyways. Everybody's been... This is the only problem I have, is this stupid thing. You can't get to it properly. Okay, set. And battery going on. Cool, that's about it. That would end this flight. Made it safely from San Jose to Portland. I don't know about safely, but anyways, it was another successful flight. So thanks for watching, by the way. Hopefully you have a good flight as well. Safe landings. Go ahead and complete this landing rate. Yeah, that wasn't that great of a landing rate. I thought I floated it actually, and then I just pushed it to the ground. So yeah, that was a little bit bad. Hey, did any chance did you see if it showed the landing rate in the middle of my screen? Did it pop up by any chance? Okay. Just wanted to make sure that was still on. Oh, what do you got? What are you going to be flying? What kind of plane? Oh, nice. Can you do a shared cockpit in this thing? I wonder. I don't know if you can or not. It'd be kind of cool. It'd make my life a lot easier for sure. Oh, with the paid plugin? Oh, okay. What's that plugin? I'll check it out. I thought there was something called Smart Copilot or something like that, or something. And will that work with all XP11 planes or just certain ones? Oh, okay. I downloaded that, but I didn't know it cost anything. I found that I downloaded it. I haven't installed it or anything. Maybe you have to, once you install it, you have to register it or something. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I'll have to check it out, though. Oh, I got you on the config. Okay. Oh. I'll have to take a look at that. I mean, yeah, especially doing these approaches, like, there's so many things to sometimes to do, and I'm like, I'm always struggling behind the jet. If, like, one thing goes wrong, like, where it's not doing what I'm expecting it to do, it causes me major grief to try to get back in front of the plane. Oh yeah, you know, I don't even want to talk about that event. I screwed myself so bad that I had to disconnect. I was flying the CRJ 700, that the Aerosoft from PMG3, and every time I cannot get the stupid thing to work right. Every time I make a change to my flight plan in that thing, it causes like major, like the whole thing just goes to hell. Like basically it deletes stuff, and then there's just problems with it. I mean, I did a flat, yeah, and I did something. Oh, because I was changing the runway. That's what it was. I had 3-4 left or right, and I was going to change the runway because he told me which runway to expect. And so all I did in my flight plan was change the runway, and it caused my whole arrival route just to be disappeared. And as I'm trying to figure that out, the approach controller is like, "Where are you going?" He's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, dude!" And I was so freaking lost, and I was trying to find my chart. And get my chart up and I was going to try to fly it by hand, and he's like, "Fly heading 240," and my plane was descending. I was so lost, man. I rage quit, man. I'm like, oh, I was so pissed. But I think it's any time that you change the route while you're already in progress of the approach, and you change any part of that approach, whether it's the arrival or the thing, and that plane, it basically deletes it. So I don't know. I was looking down trying to change it, and I looked up. My plane was like descending at 3,000 feet per minute, and not even going. It was like basically barreling towards the runway. I was just like, oh, that plane is the most frustrating. If it would work right, it would be a fun little plane, for sure. Because you have to manage your own speed on it, and you know, it has VNAV as far as assistance, but it won't hold any of your speeds for you. You have to manage your speeds with the throttle the whole time. Yeah, I'm always leery to make changes when I'm in flight. It's like, oh, please don't screw me up. But at least I think in the 737, when you make a change, it'll show you what that change is on your displays. It'll show you what the projected change route is before you actually hit execute. So I did a flight yesterday in the CRJ 700 into Aspen, and it did the same thing to me. For some reason, it wouldn't let me do a. I was given instructions to go straight to a fix, and I tried to do a direct to that fix, and it wouldn't let me. And basically, it caused me problems. And then to top it all off, my elevation settings were all screwed up for Aspen, and so I was coming into the approach, and it looks so freaking hilarious. I was coming to the approach, and I could see the runway, and all of a sudden, as I'm getting closer, the runway's actually lower in a big ditch, and it just kept getting lower and lower. So I had to go around and redo it. And then this second time, I just went in and said, "Screw it! If I crash, I crash." And I basically, as I was coming down, it made my plane just bounce all over the place. It was funny as hell. Definitely funny. And I did put it on my stream too, from yesterday's. It's at the very end. Anyways, I'm gonna let you go. I got to go do a couple other things today. So, but I'll probably be on flying some more tomorrow at some point, I would think, if you're around. All right, later, man.